No, no, no. That's okay.
Anna Aguirre lives right on a small greenbelt with lots of trees and a small creek. It seems like the perfect habitat for a nearby neighborhood namesake, doves.
This is me just talking to people that have been here for much longer than that actually grew up here. And from what I understand, and I believe it, because there's a lot of springs and there's a lot of doves.
Most residents will tell you the same thing. This area was named Dove Springs by early residents and was used as a formal name when the neighborhood was built in the 70s. That makes sense. Developers sometimes name new subdivisions after natural features in the area. You got doves, you got springs, Dove Springs. But are there still doves in Dove Springs? All right, we need an expert. This is Rich Kostecki, and he knows birds.
Travis Audubon board member, conservation biologist, and ornithologist. I work for a local nonprofit, Hill Country Conservancy, where I'm a conservation and science specialist.
Like I said, Rich knows birds. So I asked him, are we gonna see some doves today?
I haven't seen any doves yet, but it's possible. This area was probably named for the mourning dove. There's other types of doves. Some of them are a little harder to see. They're smaller, a little more secretive. Others are, have specialized habitats. But mourning doves are actually a pretty widespread, common dove across the U.S. and certainly across pretty much all of Texas. They could go out into the open areas and feed on seeds. They could come back to the springs, to the creeks for water. It should have been a really good place considering the habitats that would have been available. You can find them around, but they're much less common.
So we know why the area used to be attractive to mourning doves. Lots of food, water, shelter. But what happened to them?
A lot of it is because of some of the new doves that have arrived. White-winged doves kind of moved up from South Texas in 1985. They quickly became very numerous and quickly adapted to the Austin urban environment, as well as many other urban environments. They've kind of pushed out the mourning doves. They're taking advantage of food resources, kind of like the grackles, French fries in the H-E-B parking lot or the McDonald's park or whatever.
If all this sounds familiar, the story of longtime residents being displaced by new arrivals with better access to resources, you're not wrong. With animals, it's called habitat loss. When we're talking about people, we usually call it gentrification. Austin and Dove Springs have seen both. While home prices have dropped this year, the average cost for a home in Austin is still over $500,000. Plus, mortgage rates have more than doubled compared to last year. And rent in Austin still averages around $1,700 a month, according to a study by a local nonprofit. Even in Southeast Austin, which has the lowest average rate, rent hovers around $1,500 a month. That's hard to manage if you live in a house, an apartment, or something smaller.
Seeds or the berries that come from those trees, that may be part of
Anna
it.
says she's seen how development has impacted wildlife in the area.
We have a lot of springs. Unfortunately, some of them have been destroyed just because of development and growth in the community. So we're trying to do what we can to preserve.
Blue drop down behind the trees.
Austin's future isn't built yet, but whatever it is, all of us, people and birds, will have to adapt. Because as Rich says, the only guarantee is that it will be different.
There will be continued change.